Primetime continues. Now from New York, Dianne Sawyer.
Breeding for genius. The thought of it makes a lot of people awfully uncomfortable. And yet, for 15 years now, there have been sperm banks dedicated to just that. The idea of creating intellectually superior babies. Well, a while back, some of us at Primetime had some questions. Is this a good idea? And what results does it produce? Tonight, Cynthia McFadden takes us inside the genius sperm banks.
The so-called genius sperm bank that sired Doran, the repository for germinal choice, is currently run by Anita Neff.
We started out as collecting from Nobel Prize winners, but that did not work. The gentlemen tended to be too old, and so the specimens didn't freeze and thaw well.
In fact, the repository for germinal choice actively recruits potential donors, whom they consider superior. They scour professional journals for suitable candidates and then contact them. Donors are promised anonymity, and their sperm specimens are color-coded to distinguish them.
This is donor Lavender. He's a scientist. We have another donor, Gray-Black. He is a professor at a university, and he's also a scientist. Who's this? An attorney.
There are about 112,000 potential children in this room.
Meet donor Brown Brown. At his request, Primetime will not show his face.
And it was quite clear by the time I got to university that I had a world-class ability in mathematics. I have 16 patents at mid-30s, and I'm a millionaire, if that's interesting.
Clearly an eligible donor, as he himself will tell you.
Is it making the world better that I'm doing this, or isn't it? And I think it is, so I'm going to do it.
As Brown Brown sees it, it all makes perfect sense.
Well, this is how I think. Evolution would favor the male who does the best he can to leave the most offspring he can. But what's happened with high technology is that mating and procreation have been separated, and so I'm procreating without mating. I am being used as a breeder, and I do fit their bill. There's no question that that's what's happening here.
Yes, that's what it's all about. We're breeding humans. I also breed dogs, but actually there are economies in breeding people because I don't have to feed the donor.
Paul Smith is the director of Heredity Choice, the sperm bank that offers us Brown Brown.
Not all genes are created equal, and we should try to help future children to have genes that will give them the best opportunity in life.
This is his sperm bank.
Hi, Paul here. Hey, got something for me this afternoon? If somebody wants just any donor, I'm not the place to come because my donors are a very select group of men.
A select group of Caltech men, for the most part, says Smith, who pays the donors $50 per contribution. Sometimes, like Brown Brown, they do it for free.
I jokingly call this my sperm-mobile.
And he's been doing it this way, taking his services straight to the donors, since the early 1980s.
I can do all the processing on the road in any car.
If you're shocked at the differences between Paul Smith's sperm bank and the two licensed sperm banks we've already shown you, so is the California Department of Health Services. Within a few weeks after our visit, the state notified Smith his license to run the sperm bank was denied. The state noted some of the same deficiencies we saw: no running water and a lack of basic hygiene. And they also made this frightening finding, that Smith commingles dog semen samples with human samples.
The dog straws are twice as long. I don't think I've ever confused the two. And none of my clients has ever had puppies from sperm that I've supplied.
Smith, in fact, has been operating for the last 2 years without a license.
The donor who has the most offspring, I believe, is donor Blue Red, who has 35 offspring.
In recent days, the state of California has taken further action to shut down Paul Smith's sperm bank. They say he has until this Friday to comply with an order to go out of business. Also, to turn over to authorities his records and any human sperm he has stored.